Ciao bello, good evening. I got you a match against SpecsVictini from the Smogon Battle Finder, of course. I gotta say, normally I'll go for like an upload schedule of once every 2 days, and you guys probably know I didn't upload yesterday. That is because I was very busy and I've got probably about a week until exams properly start, so whether or not I'll keep to the sort of rigid, in quotation marks, schedule, I have no idea, but I'll give it a go, you know? Stay up to date on my Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Facebook, whatever, and I'll probably give some kind of relevant updates. First turn, I think it was a pretty cool match. It was quite a long one, but from what I remember, it's quite an exciting one. Lots of, you know, interesting players going on, all that kind of stuff. First turn, Scolipede versus Monferno. I think I called this because Scolipede seems to be a pretty common lead now that it has moved down to NU. It's normally either Primeape or Scolipede which lead off. Or Golurk. Golurk's still pretty popular. First turn, go for the Fire Punch. I thought I brought it down to its Focus Sash at the time, but turns out either I got it like just before the Focus Sash, or I assume it had one anyway, so it didn't really matter. That's the point I'm trying to make. In comes Big Love Disc. Doesn't do anything to it. Even, you know, Iron Fist boosted Thunder Punch. You know, what do you expect? It's an Element Molar. Gonna switch out, go into Leavanny. Leavanny, let me tell you about this Leavanny, right? It's had its moment of fame already. I uploaded a video where I got like... It was a really weird thing, like, I think they had a Dragonair in... No, it was Dodrio, and then Chinchino. And I went for me first. This is Choice Scarf Leavanny, by the way, which is why I outsped the Scolipede. So I went for me first. I copied the Dodrio's Brave Bird. And then because Chinchino doesn't have any non-attacking moves normally, I could copy whatever move he went for and kill that as well. But Choice Scarf Leavanny isn't really the best of Pokemon to use in most situations, so... Gonna switch out to my Jynx here, as I genuinely predicted the trick here, predicting my switch into Baltoy, but... I guess not, just going for the safe Air Slash. Now, I know Jynx does have good special defense, so that looks like Specs damage to me. That means I'm gonna switch out, go into Baltoy, who can take any hit from this guy. But I think he predicts this and double switches out into Electros. Well, I guess it probably wasn't predicting this switch in particular because Electros can't really do much to Baltoy unless it's physical, but I'm gonna go for a Rapid Spin just to get them out of the way. Definitely do not want my... Well, I think I have Heal Bell on Leavanny, and yeah, Heal Bell on a Choice Scarf Leavanny, right? It's genius! Genius! Custom moveset video for that set soon. I got Stealth Rock, I got Rapid Spin, but the point is I want to get rid of the Toxic Spikes so I can Heal Bell up, and then Jynx definitely does not appreciate the poison, so gonna get that out of the way later. So in comes Vigoroth. I wasn't too worried about this Braviary coming in and setting up on my Baltoy because I do have this thing in the wings, just, you know, ready to taunt, Body Slam, counter, all that good stuff. Go for a Body Slam on the incoming Rampardos. I didn't feel like going for counter because I figured he'd probably want to switch out. Gonna go back to Dragoon here. I don't know what it's gonna do, but I have no use for this thing now that Scolipede's out the way, so just gonna let it die. I've got my rocks up. I've got rid of the Toxic Spikes. That's all I could ask for, right? Head Smash. I can't tell what kind of set it is because that would probably have killed either way. At the time, I think I was suspecting Choice Scarf because the Rotom Specs, and I feel like he needs the speed on his team, but gonna go for that big Choice Scarf Heal Bell and then just, you know, heal up. What was that? Chosen One, this guy, and Jynx. I think they were the only ones poisoned, but now this is a horrible play. I go out to Monferno expecting a Volt Switch, predicting my switch, because either way, right, he probably knows I'm Choice Scarfed, and that means he could have gone for a Volt Switch, and either I stay in and Heal Bell again like an idiot, or I switch, so I figured he'd want to do that, but he makes the better play, goes for an Air Slash that takes out my Monferno, not too big a deal. Go for a Switcheroo on the incoming Alomomola. Now you guys have probably seen this set in my RU battle. Specs Floatzel is not too bad. Banded Floatzel, pretty good. Specs Floatzel, no one sees it coming. That's why you go to Alomomola. Though, tricking a Choice Band, equally good, you know? Gonna go for a Surf on the incoming Electros, and it's sort of at that awkward range where I'm like, I don't know if that'll kill from there. Let's go to Leavanny as death fodder. Turns out he goes for Volt Switch. As you'd expect, I have no ground types left. Doesn't take out Leavanny, and here's the kind of thing about this set. Leavanny only has Leaf Blade, X Scissor, Me First, and Heal Bell. So I thought, let's be a real smartass. Go for the Me First, take his Air Slash and do like a bit of damage just for the lulz. And then just as I clicked it, I thought, wouldn't it be really horrible if he went for Volt Switch? Oh, he did go for Volt Switch. Right then. I have to pick something to sacrifice in that case. Going to Floatzel, who is the victim of my horrible plays. Leavanny is... I'm going to put Leavanny in the thumbnail just because it's like the root of all my problems in this game. By my own doing, so... You know, do not use Leavanny in this manner. However, it does do something good for me. You saw earlier on it got rid of the poison, and that's definitely going to come into play here. Gonna go into Jynx. Definitely outspeeds Electros. I don't think it's Scarfed, so... Well, I think I'd probably outspeed regardless, even if it was Scarfed, but... Go for an Ice Beam, take that out. I think I might have enough left for a sub here, just in case I do need it, but... In comes the Rampardos. Like I said earlier, I think this thing might be Scarfed, and... Scarf Rampardos probably will outspeed Jynx, so... Gonna go to Leavanny just to sack this thing. It's done enough damage to my team. Let Leavanny die so I don't cause any more mistakes. But like I said, he did his job, and that's all he was there for, just basic utility stuff. Maybe a bit of revenge killing. But now I can go into your boy Vigoroth, just go for a slack off, thinking that he was faster, but it turns out he's not, which tells me he doesn't even have any speed investment because Vigoroth does naturally outspeed, but that would mean that it doesn't actually have any speed investment in that Rampardos, so... shrugging here, don't know what kind of set it is, but... In comes the Braviary once again. I'm not going to risk him setting up, so just going to go for a taunt. I really don't care what he does after that, so... Going to slack off here, and so as not to prolong the battle too much, I'm just going to start going for body slams after this. Because to be honest, as long as the Braviary is not behind a sub, Jynx outspeeds this and the last remaining Pokemon, which is escaping my mind at the moment, but I'm pretty sure Jynx can take on the rest of his team as long as I can get a safe switch in. And here comes the opportunity. Braviary almost dead, paralyzed, no chance of outspeeding me here. Gonna go into Jynx, just take it out with a Psychic or Ice Beam, whatever. Except not really, because he switches out for some reason, goes to Alomomola. I think rocks are up, so I don't know why he bothered switching there, but I guess I could have tried setting up on him. But go for an Ice Beam, does nothing, as you'd expect. But because this thing is locked into whatever it goes for, I know I'm pretty safe here, I can go for a sub. And I think either way, there's nothing that standard Alomomola can actually do to Jynx. It gets like, what, Toxic, Scold and or Waterfall, Protect and Wish, so... What can you do? Dry Skin Jynx is definitely the one. Braviary comes back in, I go for a copycat for no apparent reason, and nothing happens, whatever. And yeah, like I said, all that's left is the Alomomola, and it can't do anything to me, so... It is pretty much GG at this point. Oh yeah, there's Rotom, but Rotom doesn't outspeed because it's Specs, so... Jynx, definitely one of the biggest threats in NU at the moment. You guys probably saw my video, Don't Mess with Jynx. If you didn't, check back in my recent uploads. It was my one before last, I think, so... That was pretty cool. I mean, it's a great set. Timid Jynx, Sub, Ice Beam, Psychic, and Copycat. I always see these people running... Like, I think the standard set is, like, Sub, Lovely Kiss, Nasty Plot, and then Ice Beam. I always wondered why people don't run Dual Stab on this thing. I mean, it's a good set, but I'd probably prefer to have just Lovely Kiss and then, you know, forego Nasty Plot for either Ice Beam or Psychic, you know? But regardless, Jynx, great Pokemon, takes out the Alomomola, and that will be the game! Great game. Definitely, you know, Leavanny did not put in the work, but Jynx did put in the work, so it's fine, it makes up for it. So I hope you all enjoyed the match. I am going to go fill in some modules for next year because I have no idea what I'm doing yet, and I probably should do. Hope you all enjoyed, and with that being said, I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.